Flashback to 2022.
There is nothing that Tesla has that Toyota doesn't as far as technology.
This should be a career-ending comment. But of course, when you're a stock analyst and you're completely fucking wrong, apparently that doesn't matter. I mean, seriously, Craig, just get the fuck out of here, dude. He just said... That was April 2022. Craig Irwin claiming, not for the first time nor the last, that Tesla did not have anything that Toyota did not already have. In other words, Tesla's battery business didn't exist. Their autonomous software didn't exist. Tesla was exactly the same as Toyota, just a car company. No AI, no technology, no software prowess, no experience thermally managing electric vehicles, no scale, no innovations in terms of manufacturing, despite the fact that the very engineers at Toyota themselves tore apart a Model Y, by the way, a few years after it came out, and described it as a work of art. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that it took them years to even look inside a Tesla, or the fact that relative to the stuff that Toyota's own engineers were putting together, they called it a work of art. This was an absurd statement at the time, hence me describing it. By the way, what a great shot to just pause on. A career-endingly bad comment. Yet it didn't end Craig's career, who at the time had an $85 price target on Tesla stock. Didn't make sense. I said at the time, this does not make sense. I don't know why Craig is saying what he's saying, but it does not make sense. That comment about Tesla and Toyota and the technology, right? That didn't make sense. Craig's not dumb. So why was he saying such stupid and ridiculous counter-reality statements about Tesla? Now, I must admit, I don't actually know the answer to that question, but I do have that question. It wasn't just me noticing the absurdity of what Craig was saying about Tesla back in the day. This clip did the rounds. So, why this trip down memory lane? Well, I was reading X yesterday and I saw a bunch of people tagging me. Look forward to Stephen Mark Ryan video about that move. Has anyone told Stephen Mark Ryan yet? I'd love to see his view on this, blah, blah, blah. You have no idea how ready for this video I am. And another person tagging me as well. And these were all consecutive, right? So, what's going on? Well, Craig Humiliation Fetish Irwin has increased his Tesla stock price target from $85 to $380 per share. What the actual fuck? I can't wait to hear Mr. Irwin explain why. The dramatic shift. I also look forward to him being ribbed and roasted by the folks on CNBS pointing out that his price target has essentially quadrupled out of nowhere to a bit of a good fucking reason. Now, if I were a tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist, which I'm not, but if I were, I might think that maybe Craig was doing the bidding of some big money behind the scenes who were possibly short at one point and are now long. But of course, that definitely isn't happening. I'm just very curious to see why Craig suddenly will have quadrupled his Tesla price target when nothing meaningful has changed. Now, to be clear, the Trump administration, the US is going to have a golden era of prosperity. That'll be marginally helpful for Tesla, but a rising tide lifts all boat. That's not enough to justify a quadrupling of your price target. And we saw FSD V12 more than a year ago. That was the big bombshell moment for autonomy. So that's not new. Tesla's We Robot Autonomy event, I mean, saw a cool product or two, but nothing new there either. I haven't even had to update my valuation model because my estimates about cost per mile, they were all on point. In other words, nothing meaningful has changed. Certainly things have got a little bit brighter recently, but man, I can't wait to hear this, Craig. I really look forward to the justification for a quadrupling of the price target out of absolutely nowhere. Now, it's also possible that maybe Craig's finally started taking testosterone replacement therapy, fixed his shit, and can see clearly again. I mean, that's possible too. Otherwise, I'm very much looking forward to this and rather puzzled. Or maybe Craig's the ultimate 400 IQ genius, and first he humiliated himself by saying absurd things that were bearish about Tesla just to build up so he could have this extremely humiliating moment in the media, quadrupling his price target out of nowhere on no meaningfully new news. Over to you, Mr. Irwin.
Craig, I don't know what we're going to do anymore when we look for a Tesla bear and we can't go to you. I mean, it was tough. It was tough to begin with. Why this move? And, what do you say to those who will just cynically point to you and say, well, he's been wrong for so long, he just finally had to throw in the towel?
So what I'm looking at is this quarter is probably the last quarter of relative weakness, right? So, my view is, battery prices gave them the margin upside this last quarter, the prior quarter, and the CFO was very clear about the margin outlook for the fourth quarter. And the stock is responding to the Trump bump. Musk was one of the most passionate and authentic supporters of President Trump, and obviously a very close ally of his. Moving forward, the DOGE, the Government Efficiency Initiative, and all sorts of other things position him to play an interesting role in the Trump administration. Right. So the last quarter of relative weakness, I think now he's got a new pool of buyers, conservatives that might not have looked at EVs quite as closely in the past, that allow an acceleration of demand in the core U.S. market.
Now, on this point, I agree. Many supporters of Orange Man Bad who didn't buy the narrative from the fake news that Orange Man Bad saw Elon bad, support Orange Man Bad and thought, wow, that took courage. After all, Orange Man bad, now Elon bad. Elon double bad now. Maybe I'll look into one of those Teslas. Many conservatives, people on the political right now, are looking up to Musk as a hero, not just for saving free speech. God, I can't even fucking talk. Maybe he can help me speak properly. I tell you what, man, I've got to start getting more sleep. Now, I could edit that out and make myself seem like I didn't fumble the football, but no, I don't give a shit. So, it's definitely true. A lot of people see Musk, wow, he's willing to take some arrows. That took courage. Go out on a limb. Orange Man Bad won the election. Fantastic. I might look into a Tesla. Excellent. This is true. But it doesn't even come close to justifying a quadrupling of the price target here from Craig. Not even close. Yes, there will be more people now who consider buying a Tesla who are on the political right, more conservative. Yes, but it's not that much of a... There better be more.
Right? So that means we're looking at positive estimate revisions. And I'm asking myself, where are the catalysts, right? I don't see very many negative catalysts if estimates are going to positive revisions, and they're abundant positive catalysts. Things are going to look a lot like they did 11, 12, 13 years ago, where they can literally invent their own milestones and knock them down. You know, Optimus, Grok, the AI initiative, the...
Wait. No. Craig, sorry, dude. No, what? He just mentioned Optimus. True. Grok. Well, yes, there's potentially some collaboration there. AI. Hang on a minute.
There is nothing that Tesla has that Toyota doesn't as far as technology.
This should be a career-ending comment. Tesla unveiled their humanoid robot in 2021. The prototype was shown the following year. Optimus is not new, Craig. My comment roasting him, claiming that Toyota and Tesla equivalent technology occurred after the unveiling of the humanoid robot, and a decade after Tesla started developing their self-driving technology, aka AI. Not buying it, Craig. We already knew about this. You knew about this. So why the change of tune? And to be clear, the AI opportunity is huge. Optimus is huge. But we already knew this. Literal years, plural years ago. What's going on, Craig?
Visibility around EV share gains, all of these, I think, will play to the positive for Tesla. And I think this is something that can be sustained for a couple of years. It's not like it's going to happen over a quarter or two. So, you know, bias is now to the upside, not the downside. And market cap may be huge, right? 1.1, 1.2 trillion is a big company, but they're doing big things.
Wait a fucking minute. All right, just hold up a sec here, okay? I'm not even going to bother clicking on these. I've seen them all. I've reacted to a bunch of them, okay? This same motherfucker, let's just read, okay? His favorite fucking catchphrase was Tesla, as in the stock, was egregiously overvalued. You've all heard it, right? If you're a regular viewer, you've heard this 100 times from this fuck. Craig Irwin's, right? Tesla egregiously overvalued. Next one, Tesla is egregiously overvalued. Tesla egregiously overvalued. By the way, these are all independent appearances from Craig. It's his favorite fucking catchphrase to describe Tesla, or at least it was. Next one, Tesla stock egregiously overvalued. Tesla bear with $85 price target says the stock is, I'll have to zoom out for this, egregiously overvalued. Another one, Tesla is egregiously overvalued. Tesla stock egregiously overvalued. Tesla, one of the most overvalued stocks. So hang on a fucking minute. Hang on. What in the flying fuck is going on, Mr. Irwin? From egregiously overvalued at the same time we already knew about Optimus and AI to this. Hang on, let's just rewind. Make sure you guys heard this. What the actual fuck is going on? Again, tinfoil hat. If I was wearing one of those, I might say, oh, hang on, the person that was saying say bad things is now saying say good things. But I just made that up. It's not real. That was just like a hypothetical scenario as to why someone that isn't Craig Irwin would completely change his tune out of absolutely nowhere, going from $85 a share, egregiously overvalued, to saying this.
And I think this is something that can be sustained for a couple of years. It's not like it's going to happen over a quarter or two. So, you know, bias is now to the upside, not the downside. And market cap may be huge, right? 1.1, 1.2 trillion is a big company, but they're doing big things.
Okay, so as little as about a month ago, the guy's saying the stock's egregiously overvalued, and now suddenly he's saying the market cap's huge, but they're a big company doing big things. In other words, the market cap is not, in fact, egregiously overvalued, but justified. Does anyone have the inside word, like from Wall Street? What the fuck is going on? This does not make sense. Nor did anything Craig previously said make sense at the time, saying it doesn't make sense. Why is he saying this? And now, why is he flipped? He hasn't just had a realization. What is going on? And by the way, just a quick history lesson. Maybe a decade plus ago, Craig was actually quite bullish on Tesla in the early days, and then he flipped to a bear. And at that time, I'm like, what? How did that happen? Now he's flipped back again.
All right, but this is a CEO who has famously said that if you want to own my stock, don't own it because of the cars, own it because of robotics, own it because of the robotaxi and full self-driving. Are you a believer in that part of the story, which Mr. Musk has said should be the main focus for his investor base?
So where I think I need to look at things a little differently than how I did previously is we look at the incremental solutions for FSD and the incremental solutions for Robotaxi. So, I've liked the way that Waymo has rolled out with,
I have to try and be like reasonable to Craig. Maybe it's possible, this is just like pure speculation, but it's possible maybe he heard about Brad Gerstner dumping Uber stock and buying Tesla, and they thought, why the fuck is a guy managing $20 billion publicly explaining him selling out of Uber stock, big position, and buying Tesla on the back of autonomy? Wait, is it possible that Tesla's actually got some technology that Toyota doesn't already have, especially when it comes to autonomy? Oh, God, this is amazing, dude.
Autonomous. The use of LiDAR is not long-term sustainable because of the cost out there.
Bro, I think that's it. I think, now again, major speculation, but I think it was Brad Gerstner dumping the stock of Uber. The penny's dropped. He's just figured out that Waymo does not have a viable business competing with us. Bro! I'll have to be as charitable as possible. No tinfoil hat here. I think that's what happened. What do you guys think? I think he's seen Brad, $20 billion. Why the fuck did he sell Uber? Hang on, what? Wait, huh? I mean, how many years ago, by the way, was it that Elon said those companies using LiDAR are doomed? Was it 3 or 4? Maybe even longer? This is amazing, man.
It's something that does need to come out of the vehicles over the longer term, but in an incremental basis, it's something that allows a more practical solution. But as I've talked to more and more of the engineers involved in these different projects over the last, few weeks, I've learned that, there's often 2 or 3 of these, what do they call them? Teleoperation engineers, basically human operators there to catch something that goes wrong in this robot. And Tesla even started hiring teleoperation engineers last week. So, Tesla's not going to do any worse than Waymo. And, if they're more intently focused on an optical-only solution, I think computing at the edge, some of this technology that's being brought to bring down the energy consumption for the compute is something that Tesla's going to be more adept at if that's where they're starting. And I think they're a real contender for the long run. So,
Bro, a quote, real contender for the long run. I think what he's really hinting at here, but doesn't quite yet want to say it, is they may have an unassailable lead and companies like Waymo are fucked. Now there's a saying, and that is to never explain, at least in this context, with malice, that what can be explained with incompetence. There's absolutely nothing new, no new information out there that would have helped Craig change his tune, leading me to the logical conclusion he just must be incompetent. What we've heard from Craig here has been obvious for literal years. While he's been out here saying the stock's worth $85, the company is egregiously overvalued, they don't have any technology Toyota doesn't already have. Absurd at the time. So either this guy is utterly incompetent, or there was another reason why he was saying what he was saying, and now he's just pretending he's finally figured it out. I don't know which is which, but I'll try and be as charitable as possible. Holy fuck, dude. Now, the reason that I like to roast these analysts is because of shit like this. I've been buying Tesla stock hand over fist. It was nearly $100 per share not long ago. Bargain of the fucking century. I loaded up then. I still am loading up today with every spare cent. I see a major opportunity in terms of autonomy. Day in, day out. I roast these folks like Craig because they don't get it. Although technically now Craig is starting to get it. And this is the point. These people are paid to analyze opportunities and to share their analysis. And this guy's been analyzing Tesla and going, yeah, $85 a share. No technology Toyota doesn't already have. What the hell? I told you in that previous clip we opened the video with, it should have been a career-ending statement to claim that Tesla didn't have any tech Toyota didn't already have. Yet it wasn't. And here we go. So why would anybody pay attention to what these folks have to say? The problem is they do. They appear in the finance media wearing a suit. Therefore, they have credibility. I can trust him. He's on the TV and he's got a suit. He knows what he's talking about. Apparently not. And this is why you should do your own research. If you were following Craig's guidance, when Tesla was nearly $100 a share, give or take 12, 18 months ago, something like that, you would have been thinking, oh, well, it's only worth 85, so I'm not going to buy any. Now suddenly the same guy who very recently was saying Tesla stock is worth $85 a share is now saying, no, it's actually worth more than 4 times that, $380 a share. on the back of things that we already knew, but I somehow didn't recognize. This is just one of the most remarkable flips I've seen. And this won't be the last. I do have to give a tiny amount of credit to Craig here, assuming there's no puppet master. And I'm kind of trolling. I don't really think there is, but I just like to tease because how fucking dumb can you be? It takes a little bit of courage for him to come out of his bare closet as a bull and explain why. He's on the record now, essentially saying that Musk is right, LiDAR is a fool's errand, and he doesn't quite want to say it yet. But it's pretty clear that deep down he thinks that Tesla's going to run away with autonomy. He just said over the long term, LiDAR has to come out. Tesla's pure optical only solution is actually positive. He's actually starting to understand it. He's not yet ready to say they have an unassailable lead, but hey, it's progress. However, many of Craig's colleagues and many big money investors on Wall Street who tend to move the stock when they buy or sell still haven't figured it out. They still think Waymo's ahead. They still think there's nothing to distinguish what Tesla's doing with autonomy versus Waymo or Cruise. Nothing. They don't get it. Still. Many of them lack the courage to model the implications of Tesla being successful at massive scale, so they ignore. When even the Tesla bears are starting to flip and see the writing on the wall around autonomy, you know it can't be too far off. And as more and more skeptics flip one after the other into bulls, what do you think happens to those who manage capital, big money investors, when they're looking for opportunities and places, company stocks in which to deploy their capital for an outsized return? Just a gentle reminder that as I record this, ARK Invest's 2029 fair valuation for Tesla, predominantly based on successful scaling of autonomy, is $2,600 per share. And to put that in context, the increase from Craig's $85 to $380 is about a 4.5x increase out of nowhere, instantaneously. From where Tesla is today at a little over $350 a share to $2,600 is just a 7.4x. Now, I'm very curious, folks. Let me know in the comments below. Why do you think Craig has flipped? Has he finally had a conversation? Did he finally actually try FSD? What's going on? How did this happen? Why was he saying what he was saying? It's either incompetence, arrogance, hubris, and just severe brain damage to have been out in the media repeatedly saying Tesla doesn't have anything Toyota doesn't have, blah, blah, blah. You've heard the whole shit, right? He's either just so dumb, it's unbelievable and incredibly arrogant, or maybe there's a different explanation. I just don't really know what it would be. Wow. Now, by the way, I just want to be really clear. Gordon, you know that guy, the class clown, right? He's just 100% trolling, okay? I swear he's got a captive audience of dumb fucks who think Tesla's going to zero. They hate themselves, have projected onto Elon, and Elon's bad, Elon's a fraud, right? He's got a captive audience. I don't really think Gordon believes what he says. I think that he's seen an opportunity. He sees it as like a challenge to himself to say the most ridiculous shit he possibly can to trick dumb fucks into buying his research who think Tesla's a short, Elon's a fraud, right? He's got a captive audience of morons. I think that's his ploy. I don't think Gordon's serious. I don't think he's ever flipping, right? I just think that he's like, you know what? There's some dumbasses out there who think Tesla's gone to zero. Let me just play into that. Let me just say the most absurd shit possible because they're so stupid that they'll believe it. They're so desperate to see this company fail that they'll buy my research. They'll agree with me. Right? I think that's what's going on. So I don't think he's flipping, but I mean, how about Tony Sakanaki? How about some of these other folks? Surely it's only a matter of time. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, it has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.